Okay, so how does not trying to make a putt make us better putters? The answer is it eliminates 3 putts. Let's head over to the swamp and I'll show you what I mean. Hey everybody, welcome back to the swamp.
You're not going to fool anyone like that, you know.
How about now?
Whatever.
Alright, I'm not sure about you, but to me a 3-putt is just like throwing strokes or giving strokes away. You know, bad shots, even totally flub shots are easier for me to accept than 3-putts. Even though I know I'm going to get all of those in every round I play. I believe most 3-putts are caused by the wrong speed, not the wrong line. I mean, think about it. You know, with the right line, you can be an inch even less off, and you could end up with the 4, 5, 6, even 10-footer putt coming back. And with the right speed, you can be even 3 feet off, and that's pretty hard to do unless you're playing some crazy undulating greens, and you'd be left with just a 3-footer at the most to make using the I don't care. Now I'm going to talk about 2 things that have nothing to do with golf, but in a way everything to do with golf. First, it's water skiing. Well, I grew up as a snow skier, you know, started when I was 6 or 7 years old, but the first time I water skied I was in my late 30s, whatever. But, you know, I was an expert skier, so I thought, oh, this is going to be easy. So anyways, I'm behind the boat my first time, waiting to get pulled up and rip around the lake, and so he takes off and I'm pulling myself up and went right down. And all the other skiers started yelling, yeah, keep your arms straight, keep your arms straight. Well, if you're on your back and somebody's trying to pull you up, your natural instinct is to pull yourself up using your arms. Well, now I knew what I was supposed to do, but it still took me 4 more times to finally get up. You know, our physical instincts are so strong, you know, like falling on your face and your hands go in front of you automatically. You know, but when I finally convinced my body to not try and pull myself up, well, I popped right up. And you know, now that I proved it to myself, my mind and body were in sync and never had that problem again. You know, that's what I mean when I talk about the mind and body working together. And hopefully you can see how this relates to the golf. All right, stick with me, be patient. You'll soon see how all of this relates to putting. Contest at the end with some more prizes to give away. All right, the other thing to talk about that's not golf is the simple task of tossing a ball to somebody. Now, you've probably never paid much attention to it. It's such a simple little move, and you know, we've all been doing it our whole lives without any thinking, you know, on autopilot. You know, but here's how it works. We all do it pretty much the same, and we're all pretty good at it, especially all you beer pong players. But as you can see, we just simply take our arm back, and if you notice, our upper arm and elbow point to where we're going to throw it to. That's not a conscious move. It's because our bodies just naturally do it. And anyway, so that's the aiming part of this. And once you take your arm back, the aiming part is finished. You don't have to think about it anymore. All right, I can take 3 balls and toss them to 3 different spots. And you see what I mean. The aiming part comes first. Again, without any conscious thought, but it's already taken care of. The aim is taken care of before we toss it. So now there's only one thing to be concerned about, and that's how far to toss it. So there's your aim and toss it. There's your aim and toss it. You know, and since it's such a simple task, we do that without any thought also. The thought's actually there, but since your mind and body are so completely in sync, you don't even notice it. Now let's see how this relates to the putter. I wouldn't dream of trying to change anything about your putting stroke because it's probably good enough. You know, it's the smallest, simplest, easiest move we do in golf. You know, as long as you can stroke it back and forth in a fairly straight line, you know, you're going to be just fine. Now with putting, it should be exactly the same as the toss. First things first, lining the putter up to the hole. You know, that's about as easy as it gets for any of us. So now the aiming part is finished. You know, once your putter is lined up, you should have no reason to even consider it again. It's done. So like the toss, the only thing to think about, and I mean the only thing, is how hard to hit it. And I'm not saying that's a simple task, but when it's your only task, well, that makes it a lot easier to deal with. That's why you have to quit trying to make putts. And I'm talking mostly about, you know, anything over 5, 6, 7 feet. You know, even the pros miss the vast majority of those. And they spend hours every day training themselves to be the best in the world at putting. You know, as soon as you set expectations of making all your putts in your head, you're just setting yourself up for failure. But if you change those expectations to leaving the ball, you know, inside of a 4-foot circle around the hole. Well, this is 2 feet, so 4-foot circle is like this. You know, doesn't that seem impossible to not leave it inside of a circle like this? Well, it's a much easier task to succeed at, and as you know, success breeds success and confidence, and you're going to have a way higher success rate over failures. And you'll still make your fair share of putts, and if not, even more than you ever did before. Here's where your mind and body trusting each other and working in sync come in. If any doubt about having the right line creeps in your head, your body will respond with all kinds of twitches and contortions. Again, when our minds and bodies are not in harmony, things just don't work right. What it really boils down to is you learning to trust and believe this information. And like the water skiing, you just have to prove to yourself that it works. And then your mind and body get into sync. Now, another point I wanted to make, when picking your line, think of it more like general direction or path, you know, narrow little walking path. The term itself, line, kind of conjures up thinking about a, you know, like a little thin string or a thin pencil line, which again takes away any kind of slack that you need to stay stress-free and relaxed, which is exactly what we all need to play this crazy, fun game. Now I want to explain why I haven't made any videos lately. It's the heat. I know it's been extra hot across the whole country this summer, but down here in Florida, every summer is almost unbearable, but this summer it truly is unbearable. So I'm not burning out, I'm burning up. It's like living in a sauna with someone constantly pouring water over the hot rocks. You know, and not only can't I handle it, but my laptop can't handle it either. I had to get a new one because the last one melted away. And forget about playing a full round of golf. I mean, we start about 7 a.m. down here and we play till the first guy gets a heat stroke. That's usually about 9 o'clock, and then we just pack up and go home. And the worst thing about it is, I can't even keep up with my smoking because I can only handle staying outside a few minutes at a time.
Aw, isn't that just too bad?
Bang, zoom. You know. So anyway, I'm taking the rest of the summer off and plan on coming back stronger than ever in the fall. Other thing, I think being from the high desert, arid climate of Denver, Colorado, makes it a lot tougher for me to handle the humidity. All right, the first one to tell me where the bang zoom line comes from, which I bet most of you know that. Well, you win a sleeve of 3 golf balls of your choice or a new golf glove of your choice. You decide which one you want. And the comment timeline will be the deciding factor. And I also want to give a shout out and thanks to Jeff from Oregon and George from California. They each won a dozen golf balls from the last 2 contests. Thanks, guys. See, it's so hot I can't even stand in the lake because it's full of flesh-eating bacteria. Anyways, I hope you like what I said. Any questions or comments, you know what to do. And please like and subscribe. Until next time, see you at the swamp.